powerful winter blast is slamming into the Midwest, and it's causing major disruption, especially for travelers. Michigan is dealing with a full-on blizzard, and several airports across the region are shutting down as conditions continue to get worse. It's November 29, 2025, and a massive snowstorm is sweeping across the heart of the country. Heavy snow is pounding states like Illinois and Iowa. Chicago's major airports are at a standstill, and thousands of flights have already been canceled. For anyone trying to get home after Thanksgiving, this weekend has turned into a travel nightmare. This storm stretches from South Dakota and Nebraska all the way to Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and into parts of Michigan. Winter storm warnings cover a huge section of the Midwest and will stay in place through Sunday. Experts say this is one of the strongest early-season snow events the region has seen in many years. Snow started coming down hard Friday night and picked up even more on Saturday morning as the system pushed in. Meteorologists report snowfall rates hitting 1 to 2 inches per hour in several areas. Wind gusts have climbed up to 40 to 45 miles per hour, creating whiteout conditions. Visibility has dropped fast, the roads are dangerously slick, and many highways have been nearly impossible to drive on for hours. Millions of people across the Midwest are feeling the impact of this powerful early winter storm. Chicago was hit hard this weekend as a powerful winter storm swept across northern Illinois, dropping heavy snow and bringing travel to a standstill. The first major impacts were felt in Chicago and Milwaukee, and the situation escalated quickly. At Chicago O'Hare, one of the busiest airports in the country, snow passed 3 inches by Saturday afternoon and kept piling up. Forecasts warned that parts of northern Illinois could get 8 to 12 inches, with even higher totals south of Lake Michigan. By early morning, major roads around Chicago were already coated in snow. The Illinois Department of Transportation reported slow traffic, slick intersections, and limited visibility. Dozens of snowplows were out clearing the streets non-stop, but the snowfall rate was so high that crews struggled to keep roads open. Air travel took a major hit. More than 900 flights in and out of Chicago were canceled on Saturday, leaving thousands of travelers stranded. The FAA eventually issued a temporary ground stop at both O'Hare and Midway. Some arriving flights at O'Hare faced delays of up to 5 hours, causing a ripple effect across airports nationwide. Chicago quickly became the most disrupted travel hotspot in the U.S. this weekend. Farther south in Springfield, officials declared a snow emergency through Sunday morning so crews could work overnight to clear the streets. Iowa also took a major blow from the storm. Parts of the state saw up to 12 inches of snow, forcing the closure of several major highways. From Des Moines to Ames, Waterloo, and Marshalltown, heavy snow blanketed the roads early Saturday. Some areas recorded 7 to 13 inches in just a few hours, creating extremely dangerous travel conditions. Snow came down fast across the Midwest, and many cities found themselves buried almost overnight. In Iowa City, entire neighborhoods were covered, streets, rooftops, and trees all turned into a thick white blanket. Snowplows and salt trucks were out nonstop, but even they struggled to keep up with how quickly the storm was hitting. Over in Des Moines, the airport measured close to 4 inches of snow, which led to multiple flight delays throughout the day. Several federal highways in Iowa were listed as impassable, forcing drivers to pull over at rest stops or look for shelter until conditions improved. Some parts of the state may see the highest totals from this storm, with more than a foot of snow expected by early Sunday. In Missouri, the snow pushed straight into the St. Louis area, leading to multiple crashes on slick roads. Eastern Missouri, especially the St. Louis metro, felt the storm's strength early Saturday, with most places picking up 3 to 5 inches. Videos from O'Fallon showed cars and streets completely coated in snow. The Missouri Department of Transportation reported many accidents and stalled vehicles along major highways, and officials urged people to stay home and keep enough supplies to last a day or two. Farther north in Wisconsin and Michigan, heavy snow combined with low visibility created dangerous travel conditions. In Milwaukee, snow was falling at about an inch per hour, according to the National Weather Service. Areas near Lake Michigan were expected to get even more intense lake-effect snow as cold air moved over the warmer lake surface. Michigan also dealt with hazardous conditions on major highways, especially routes linking Detroit, Lansing, and Grand Rapids. In some northern areas, strong wind gusts brought visibility down to less than a quarter mile, prompting state police to warn against long road trips. Back in Des Moines, many schools, community centers, and public facilities shut down for safety as the storm continued to strengthen. This weekend, much of Des Moines came to a standstill as the winter storm intensified. The Des Moines Public Library, Blank Park Zoo, and the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden all closed their doors on Saturday. Des Moines Public Schools also shut down every weekend event. Iowa State University and Drake University announced that Monday classes are canceled, giving students extra time to travel back safely after the holiday break. Across central Iowa, several churches, like New Life, Grace United Methodist, and Jordan Methodist, called off some or all of their Sunday services because of the dangerous conditions. Drivers in multiple states faced sudden whiteouts as strong winds swept snow straight across the roads. What started as light snow in many places quickly turned into near-zero visibility. People reported sliding off the road, losing control of their vehicles, or getting stuck in deep snowdrifts built up by the strong gusts. Snowplow teams were out non-stop, but the heavy snowfall made it tough to clear and reopen roads fast enough. In some neighborhoods, wet, heavy snow piled up on power lines and tree branches, raising the risk of breakage and causing scattered outages. Community centers in several cities began preparing temporary shelters for anyone dealing with long-lasting power cuts or without a warm place to stay. Forecasters say the storm will keep pushing east over the next day, bringing steady snow to Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan through Sunday morning. Conditions should start to improve by the afternoon, with travel slowly returning to normal as the snow begins to taper off. Meteorologists are warning that, even though the snowfall is starting to ease up, icy roads, strong winds, and blowing snow could still create dangerous conditions. Officials say that by Monday, most flights and major roadways should be running normally again. Local authorities explain that once the snow finally stops, crews will begin large-scale cleanup, restore power, and roll out community support efforts. Thousands of public workers, snowplow teams, and volunteers are set to hit the streets to clear routes and help people reach essential services. In many smaller towns, volunteer groups are already going door to door, checking on seniors and families who can't shovel themselves out. Some rural roads might take anywhere from 12 to 24 hours to fully reopen because of deep snow and drifting. A powerful freezing blizzard has slammed into Michigan, shutting down airports and disrupting travel across the region. Support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. It really helps.